should probably bring this over. Oh wait, I don't think this is working. Hold up. I don't even know how this sounds. Okay, hold on. What the heck? Hold on a second. Sorry, I was sending out a tweet. Why is saying that it was live? Why is Dennis the Menace trending? Oh, the original actor who played Dennis the Menace died. Oh, okay. I thought they were bringing that back. Okay. Oh, that's sad, but alright. Oh, hello, by the way. My name is 10K. I always put in the time so my art is no longer a crime. Today we're back at it like a good habit, and I need to check my sound. 1 second. Because I have no idea. I finally got everything figured out so that I can have everything plugged into the back of my computer and I don't have to constantly unplug stuff and replug stuff. It's a whole thing. I need to get an extender for some things. But yeah. Also I need to check my sound volumes real quick. Oh, my music is so loud. Holy guac and moly. We need to turn that down to like here. Yeah. Alright, let's try that again. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Oh, hold on. I gotta wait for this to catch up. And mustard. Anyways. Also, hey, look, I'm in a new space. I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and I used to have all my workout stuff in here. But then I got a new desk and things, and I kind of just put that in here. And actually, you know what really did it? Was my parents were getting rid of a TV, and I had hurt my wrist, so I wasn't able to work out. Well, I could work out, I could run and stuff like that, but I was being lazy. My parents got a new TV, and they gave me their old TV and stand, so I put that up in my room, and then I had a bunch of stuff that didn't fit in my living room anymore, so I put it in here in my workout room because I wasn't using this. But recently I've gotten back into working out, and I realized I didn't have room in here to use my weight bench and things like that, so I was like, I don't know what to do. But then I was like, wait a second, hold on. If I move all of my computer stuff and my office, my work stuff is right over here, and then my personal stuff is right here, and then there's just my old desk over here that is going to be where I put liquids, because my computer tower is down over there, and I never ever want a liquid to be above that because it's so expensive, and if it breaks I'm just fucked. So liquids go over here, and food and stuff like that, because I don't eat it my table in my kitchen because the chairs are really uncomfortable and it's sad. Anyways, yep. So I'm in a new space, and I'm hoping, because here's one thing that has also been bad, is that the sound in my living room was horrible because it was big and wide. I'm hoping it sounds better in here. Actually, I need to be checking that. How does it sound in here? Hello, testing 1, 2, 3.
Space, and I'm hoping, because here's one thing that has also
You can't see the background noise at all, and it's so echoey. It's so echoey. Is this the mic I'm using? Yes, it is using the right mic. I gotta figure out a way to fix that. I need to put up like sound dampeners in here. How difficult is it to get that? I can't attach anything to these walls because this is an apartment. But if I can just like find some way to dampen the sound, it wouldn't sound so terrible. Okay. Also, I need to turn up the music a little bit because I couldn't hear it at all with all my yapping. Hold on, I need to wait for it to actually like come through. 1 second. Is anybody watching this? Man, I hope not. Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. 1 second. Is anybody watching this? Man, I hope not. I can still barely hear the music. All right. Turn it up to like right there. All right. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. Still barely hear the music. All right. Turn it up to like right there. Testing 1, 2, 3. Now it's a little loud. I need to turn it down just a smidge. We almost got it, fam. We're almost there. All right. Testing. It's still just like a tiny bit. Hey, yo. Hey, Bird. How's it going? I'm messing around with the sound right now. Oh, wait. Hold on. I gotta wait for the echo to clear out. I gotta find... I'm sure there's... I don't know if this microphone's good enough to put a noise gate on. I really need to mess around with my sound because I know nothing about that. And it's like, holy fuck, this is looking nice. Yeah, I moved into another room. Mess around with my... Yeah, I moved into another room. The sound's probably going to be bad. Or unless you were talking about the... Unless you were talking about the painting. Yeah, I've been working on this a little bit off stream as well. I've added in a few things. One, I added in these extra little bits to make it look like the hair is kind of parting. Let's see. I base it off of, do I still have? Yes, I base it off of the actual like hair and whatnot. I need a noise gate thing too. It has an annoying static always in the background. Yeah, I got an echo now. I switched up, I had an extra bedroom that I used to use for like my workout stuff, but I switched it up so that my office is in here now. I moved my workout stuff out to the living room because I'm a bachelor. No one can tell me what to do. And now we're in here. My only problem is that it's probably gonna get super hot in here and it's super echoey. So now I gotta get like noise dampener stuff for the walls, but whatever, we'll deal with that later. All right, and I've been working some on the shading for these scissors. I think I've pretty much got a method that I like for that. I'd like to finish those up today. And then after that, it's pretty much just fixing the bees and adding little extras and details with them. This one's gonna be the hardest because he's flying at like Mark 5. So, well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow because that's when I go back to school and oh yeah, man, you've had a long break. Holy cow, I'm jealous. But cool. I'm glad. You're gonna be going back to school here. It's gonna be weird going back to... Am I on the right layer? I am. Okay, yeah. I guess I remember that. going back. It always sucked. Of course, that was before COVID and all that. I remember I was teaching when we started going back in for COVID. And I remember the kids pretty much just begging to go back to school, but it's something I never thought I would see. But you know what? I guess that is kind of the case, because that's where all their friends were. Alright, and I'm trying something here. And I finally figured out the keyboard shortcut for the blend tool, so I don't have to manually select it every time. And I finally figured out how to get a setup where I just have my keyboard right next to me. Alright, there we go. I do like that better, yeah. 1 week, I had Friday off the last 2 weeks. Oh, I had Friday off the last 2 weeks, so kind of 2 weeks. Okay, because I was going to say, oh, what happened to my pencil? Hold up. Okay, there we go. It was just a little... I was going to say, okay. Okay, so you had 1 week, and then you had 2 4-day weeks. Okay. Probably for, if I had to guess, it was probably for parent-teacher conferences, because that's what they usually do these days. You'll just have that day off, and then so parents can kind of come in during the day. Yeah, I think I'm satisfied with the shading on this half of the scissors. So we're going to do something similar over here. And this is going to be so fun, because remember I switched this around. And I got to do the same thing over here. Let's do that first. Oops. Oh, wait, and what is that? Hold up. Is that down one layer? Yes, that is. Okay. Oh, I don't know if you were here for this, but I finally moved like these really big layers down to the bottom. And that has been maybe one of the smartest things I've ever done. What is that? Oops. That's not on. What layer is that on? Something like that. I'm just curious how tomorrow will play out. Actually, more curious about Tuesday because I don't have my Spanish class until Tuesday. That's class to open up to. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I'm sure it'll be fine. But that's gotta be above. That's gotta be above this layer. It's not there. But I can see your apprehension. You never really know how something will play out until it happens. On the sleeves layer? Oh wow, that's all the way up here. Holy cow. There, and then got a little bit right there I need to get rid of. Oh wait, no, that actually is just part of the constellation. Okay. Okay, now I gotta do all this again. This took me forever to figure out. I'm not looking forward to that. All right, let's just do it. Okay, so first thing I need to do is like this thing I moved down so that it was just above. I just need to move that down a little bit. Because it needs to be able to make like, it needs to be able to, I'll turn this off for a second. It needs to be able to be like, yeah, kind of like that. I think more straight. Actually, it looks like I did. Actually, no, I did more like that. So it's gonna be more like halfway. Yeah. That should do. And then they meet like that. And then there's... Is that far enough? Let's see, I might see the teacher tomorrow because they grade stuff for tomorrow. For tomorrow's things, every Monday my grade does stuff. They do things to every grade, I think. Every day of the week, just no overlapping days. Okay. Probably grade stuff over the weekends then. Actually, here's something that we can do. Nope. Why is that so thick? Let's make it thinner. Okay. Then let's grab this. Move this over here. Okay. Then I need to really do this. Okay. Then back. Grab. Oh no, I messed up. Okay. Now I want to move. Nope. Okay, actually, I pretty much nailed it in length. At least I think I did. Yep, okay, it's about that long. Okay. And then undo until that's gone. Okay, perfect. All right. I've just been nervous about what is going to happen. I hope people don't view me differently or treat me differently. Or treat me differently because I said how I generally feel. I've met some weird people, to say the least. I know I'm overthinking it, but that's why. I can understand that. I wouldn't worry too much. Whatever happens will happen. But some people might treat you differently. Hopefully it's better differently, though. Probably the greater majority of people are going to forget about it, I'm going to be honest. The ones that actually care will remember, though. So that's one of those things that's kind of good and bad at the same time, is that for the most part, a lot of people are worried about themselves, especially with it being so long. Probably a bunch of people have forgotten. But like I said, the ones that care will remember. Okay, we'll start with that. And then we need to go with the, okay, I need to get like these 4 colors, like set up in a place where I can grab them easy. Oh, wait, no. Okay, no, I have the right one. Because I can't keep going back and forth and just like grabbing these colors, so. Really? Wait, why can I not? Hold on. What's going on? Oh, it's because I can only, hold on. It's because I'm on a clipping layer, that's why. Alright. And then there's, let's the main color, the highlight color, and then there's 2 darker tones. There's the really dark tone that's right here, and then there's one in between, and I believe is this one. No. I'm gonna go to bed, get tomorrow over with, I guess. Good night. Good night. And good luck tomorrow. And Tuesday. Trying to think of some wisdom to leave you with, but whatever happens is temporary. Well, no, that's not a good one. No. At the end of the day, it was a good thing that you expressed yourself and said how you really feel. Even if people don't react the way that you wanted to, the important thing is that you did that. Because you did that for you, not for them. And that's the reason why you always do all that stuff. You do that for you, not for them. And that's an important thing to remember. So even if they don't quite react the way that you want to, that's fine, because it wasn't for them. I don't know if that helps at all, but I hope it does. But you have a good night. Bye, bird. All right, now we need to start with doing some let's hit the highlighted areas. Wait, I'm on the right. I am not on the right layer. Looking at what I did on the other side. Okay, so these are going to kind of be the opposite. Okay. Okay. Fill this area in, and a little bit over here. And there we go. All right, and that it's probably not great that this is. the main color. Let's go with a slightly darker color over here. Okay, so probably about right there. Switch to this one. What are those little bits? Hold on a second. Are those all the way up on this layer too? No, what layer are those on? Wait, one of them is. Hold up. That little bit right there is here. This bit is not. What layer is that on? Where is ya? Come on, show me where you are. Oh, it's on scissor gilding, okay. I don't know how I ended up with all these little bits and bobs everywhere. Don't. Why did I do that? I don't know. Okay, here's another thing I just thought of. No, okay, yes. So this part right here is gonna have like this curvature, but that is not gonna be the same right here. No, that will not be the same like right here-ish, because this part is gonna fold up and over. What is all this? It's not on this layer, is it? No. It's gonna be on the main layer. There we go, okay. So that part, so it's like, actually this is in the wrong spot fully. No, it's not. Actually, no. Yeah, this is going to be flat. Any part that this scissor would go, that this blade would go over, which is going to be pretty much all this stuff in here, so probably about like right here on up is going to be flat. Okay, that's a good thing to know and keep in mind. All right. Okay, this is going to be partially the main color, and then it's going to be, I'm going to try to flat everything in. And then along here, it's gonna be along here, it's gonna be this. And that's probably going to be the main color. We're going to get this. Oh yeah. I haven't really been watching him. Okay, but I've been thinking about this for a bit now. I haven't really been watching him. But I've been kind of keeping up on like Twitter and whatnot with Speed in China. I show Speed being in China. Bro, how does that guy have that much energy? Like for real though. I get tired of streaming like 3-4 days a week. How does bro do it? I'm on the main colors. Oh my god, I'm on the wrong layer. That was about to get real bad. Shoot, I gotta redo all that. Oh boy. Okay. How does that guy do it? The thing is that he does this all the time. Like, him being in China is nothing new. Well, the kind of stuff he's doing in China is nothing new. Like, I think before this I saw him in like the WWE for stuff. How does bro got this energy? And he does this like all day, every day. At the end of like one of these big long trips, he must just go home and just like pass out. Like, he must go back to his home and just like absolutely collapse for like days at a time. I can't imagine anything else. Bro's got a crazy life. Okay, actually, this is gonna be up just a bit. I think it's probably gonna be more to like there-ish. Because this is angled just a little bit away, just a tiny scooch away. Alright, let's fix up this line a bit. Alright, there we go. Alright, and then actually I want to keep this color. Hold on. Now, one thing I do need to be careful of, and I didn't realize when I moved into my office, is that the baby, my upstairs neighbors have a baby, and I am right below their baby's room, so I can't be loud in here. Because the walls to the sides are like really thick. I can't hear shit from my neighbor next door unless they're playing like loud music right next to the wall. The ceilings, however, are super thin, which is kind of worse, if I'm gonna be honest. No, they're both pretty bad. Yeah, they're both not great. Because I guess if the walls were really thin, that would make it difficult to sleep, which would be bad. That would be real bad. But then the ceilings being thin they're not too thin, but they're like noticeably so. Especially if you have a loud voice. Having a loud voice? What? No, couldn't be me. Okay, and then... Okay, and then... Okay, like that. And like that. Okay. There we go. Oh my god, there's more like little random pixels? Bro, what was I doing? How did I do this? I don't know. I don't know how I did this. Okay, actually, how did I do this over here? Okay, yeah. so the top part, and they pretty much just connect right there. And then it's like that. Okay, so there's two sides here, there's one side here and one side here, and then there's like a break in the middle. Okay, I see where I messed up. Okay. Okay, so this actually like comes down to like right there. And then this, erase it to there. Okay. Okay. I need to make this pen bigger. Hold up. And then it's going to go back out. Okay, now we're starting to get somewhere that looks... Yes, okay. And then there's this, and I want to do a little bit of that. Okay, perfect. Is that what I did over here? Pretty much, okay. Yeah, that is really what I did over there, okay. Why does it look different? It's because I made this... It's also... I need to fix up this just a tiniest bit. There we go. All right, there we go. No, not that color. This color. There we go. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, that's because I'm still on the eraser. That's why. I was like, what's going on? Yeah. Oh yeah. I just got back. Also, just got back from Sunday dinner at my parents' place. I haven't done that in a few weeks. We usually do that pretty much every week. However, my parents were gone down in Houston visiting my oldest sister and her family and their little ones. They were seeing their grandbabies. And they just got back this week, and I got a new end table that I was surprised that I fit in my car. Oh my god, my parents are telling me this story. Holy shit. So they landed in, I don't know what was going on with these people, but when they landed in Houston, they had probably the worst time getting their rental car. Listen to the story, I was like, geez. So first of all, the place that they rented from, okay, so it wasn't like one of the big rental companies like Hertz or I don't know any other ones, but it wasn't one of the big ones. It was called like Acer or something like that, or Ace, something like that. It wasn't Acer, that's a computer brand. It was called like Ace or something like that. Anyways, so they get there, and just like all rental car places, you get out, you get your luggage, and there's like a pickup spot like, hey, if you're going to this rental car place, go to here, and there's a shuttle that'll come and take you there. So cool. They go over there. There's two other groups. There's one family of four and another couple. And they're sitting there, and they got there at like, I want to say their flight got in at like around like 7:30, 8. My parents were the first ones there, and this couple and this family of 4 show up after them, which is actually very important for the story. So anyways, they're sitting there, like, they got there like 7:30, like, and they're waiting, it's taking forever, they're waiting, I'm like, what's going on? Like, 8 o'clock passes, they see the other shuttles for all the other companies come and go like a couple times, and finally they're like, all right, what's happening? So they call the place, apparently that place doesn't open until 9 a.m. No one told them that. That was not disclosed at all. And now they're mad because they're like, oh my God. They and all the other people are mad because like, oh my God, we gotta wait for a little longer. Finally, 9 o'clock rolls around. They call the guy, and I finally get in touch with the place, and they're like, hey, where are these? Where is this place? And the guy's like, oh yeah, he's on his way. He's like 10 minutes away or whatnot. And my dad's like, that's a lie, because they can see the rental car place like just down the way from where they are. Honestly, I'm out wondering at this point why they didn't just walk there. So anyways, the guy's like, oh yeah, there's 10 minutes away, and there's no way that it's a 10-minute drive there because they can see the rental car place. Again, I don't know why they didn't walk there at this point, but whatever, that's besides the point. Probably because they had luggage. Anyways, so eventually this guy shows up. It's like 9:30ish at this point. And the other 2 families, like the family of 4 and the family of 2, even though my parents were the first one there, as soon as this shuttle pulls up, they're like, oh, they grab their stuff and they get on and like rush ahead of them and get on. And my parents are like, ah, cool, whatever, we don't care. But then I don't know what this lady's problem was, but then they try to get on, and it's like a 15-passenger van. So they have all the luggage in the back, and then there's like seats up in the front. There's plenty of room for everybody. There's only like 8 people. You can seat another 7. But the people that get it on, they take like all the seats in the front, and there's not a lot of like, there's like a little like, just like a very like thin, I don't know if it was, they take like all the seats that are close to the door, and I guess it was the seats that were close to the windows on the other side that were only ones that were left. So my mom was like, talks to this one lady, she's like, hey, can I get by you to sit at this place? To sit at this other, sit at the seat that's right next to you. And she's like, no, I'm not moving for you. My mom's like, that's fine. She didn't say I'm not moving for you. She said, I'm not giving you my seat. I need to sit here. She's like, that's fine. I want to get past you. So, I want to get past you so I can sit in this other seat. And this lady just kept refusing to move for her. Finally, the lady in the couple turned to this lady and said, hey, she needs to get past you. She's not trying to move seats. She's just trying to get past you. Can you move? And finally, at that point, the lady like moved her legs like an inch so my mom could get past. Anyways, my mom sits down, and they're going along, and that wasn't the end of it though, because that was just the beginning. Because apparently everybody was in a bad mood. So the family, for whatever reason, I don't know what language they were speaking, but they were speaking like another language. My parents didn't know either. And somehow they were talking, and I guess they were making like looks back at the lady in the couple or whatnot, but it was very clear that they were talking about that lady and like not in a good way. So eventually the guy in the couple was like, hey, I can understand the language that you're speaking, and I can understand that you're talking shit about my wife. You need to be quiet or else we're going to have a problem. And I don't know what these people's problem was, but like the husband and the family, he got up and he started like getting mad at this guy and getting in his face, being like, oh, blah, 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 and just saying all this stuff. And the guy in the couple was like, you need to shut up about my wife or we're going to have a problem on this bus and we'll settle it right here, right now. My parents are just sitting there like... So when the shuttle driver was like, hey, no, come on, guys. let's be friends. Let's be friends until we get there. And apparently he was like the general manager of this place, and he was trying to do everything on his own. Luckily, a fight didn't break out in the shuttle. They got there, and when they got there, like, this place didn't have any cars ready. They had like 4 or 5 cars at most on their lot, and like none of them were ready to go. And my parents are like, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever. And of course, the family of 4 that had been causing all the troubles this entire time, like, got off first, and they were like shoving and like hitting other people's like suitcases and whatnot and being just like rude as they got their stuff and pulled them off, and they went to the front of the line. And then apparently when they were getting a car, they like rejected the first car that they got. Like, no, we don't want that one. Send it back and get another one. Even though there was just one guy who was a shuttle driver who was running around getting these cars ready and like cleaned up and brought up to the front like as fast as they possibly could to get these people serviced. And they rejected the first one, and my parents were like, oh my god, this is gonna take forever now at this point. So, and eventually, luckily nothing untoward happened after that, and everyone was able to get a car. Apparently it was a nice car, but yeah, it was like Aces or something like that, I don't know. But they were like, don't use that rental car service. And I was like, duly noted. Because there was the people on it that were being most of the issues, but especially the fact that it was never disclosed that they didn't open until 9 a.m. and the fact that they didn't have any cars ready. Even though my parents had... My brain is dying. Even though my parents had reserved the car like 2 weeks in advance, they didn't have the car ready when they got there. It was a whole just nightmare. So, yeah. And I really gotta go to the bathroom. 1 second, I will be back. Hold up. I drank way too much water and I gotta pee. see my too short shirt. Hey, hey, hey. I'm back. I am just full of piss. Oh, Sunny Explosion. Sunny Explosion exploding off. Man, I'm glad. Sorry, I'm looking at my Twitch right now and I can see all my follows on the side. Actually, no, I don't know. Those aren't my follows. It's just the recommended ones. My jaw at Team J is driving me crazy. But I'm happy for her. Her and Mogu. I'm glad for what they got going on. They really seemed like they were struggling in EG. What are these? So I'm glad they were able to. Oh my god. Hold on. Oh. Oh my god. I need to get. What is it? I don't have like the module attached to this computer that lets you like use Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and things like that. I didn't know I needed to get one. And this computer doesn't come with it, and I need to get one. Because I really want to stop. These headphones aren't Bluetooth. They have like a little receiver that's plugged in. But even though they're wireless, but I have like some wireless headphones, or like not headphones, like earbuds that go around my ear, and they're really cool. They're called like Shocks, and they don't have like the little like they go around the ear, but then they don't have like the little nubs that go in the ear. It's just like these tiny little speakers that sit on the outside and play it in, so you can hear everything that's going on around you perfectly fine while hearing whatever you're playing. I love them to death. One of the best things I've ever bought. When I was going about and looking for like, all right, I need to get like, because the earbuds I was using just were not cutting it. They were really bad. They were like $20, and they would do this really, really, really fun thing where they'd be like, ha ha ha. For some reason, when you connect, the sound is just horrible. It sounds like you're listening to this down a hallway, even though it's Bluetooth earbuds. And they would do this all the time, and I would have to like unconnect them, disconnect them, and do all these things just to get them to work with my phone and not sound like shit. Eventually, yeah, it was just a pain. So I think it was around Christmas or New Year. I was like, that's it, we're done. Or maybe it was my birthday. I don't remember how long I've had those. I was like, that's it, we're done. I need to go get a better pair. Especially because I was considering using them to stream with. And I remember, okay, it was definitely before Christmas. I think it was around my birthday. So I went and I got them. And I was using them, but my old computer was too old and I couldn't connect them to my computer. Actually, I really know what the reason was now. They were already paired with my phone. I couldn't pair them to my computer. My computer couldn't even find them. I just needed to unpair them. But yeah. But I want to get a pair that's like just for my computer and like just for streaming that I can use, because I don't really like using headsets like this. In fact, if I could, I see some people who have setups where they just actually just using speakers, but they have like a noise gate and like a really good microphones and whatnot, so their microphones never pick up what's coming out of their speakers. That's what I really want, because I hate headsets. Because they like clench it on my jaw, and I don't like that. And I also think it messes up with my tone of voice. I also can't really hear how I sound. It's a whole thing. It's a whole mess. I don't like it. I've never liked it, and I don't want to like it. All right. But yeah. Actually, hold on a second. Then this comes out like here, and like connects up like over there. So this really does connect like over there. Actually, this is going to be the color that's used right here. What was I saying before this? Oh yeah, I'm glad how good Sunny and Mogu are doing. Especially Mogu. She seemed like she was really struggling. Glad she's doing better. I feel kind of bad for that Claude guy, because he was one of 3 people that debuted, and he's the only one left in his gen. Although, to be fair, he kind of mostly hung out with other gens anyway, so I think he's probably doing okay, but But it's gotta stink, especially since Sunny didn't even make it a year before she left. And then Mogu left soon after. So when it hits 2 years, it's just gonna be him. That's gotta stink. And also, everyone just kind of knows him as the we can just fucking ask guy, which isn't the greatest. Like, it's not the best thing to be known as. I don't know. But I think by and large, things are starting to change with how people view Niji Sanji. It seems a lot less vitriolic, which is a good thing. I don't think I'm ever gonna watch him after everything that happened. But I don't know, they've had too many issues. And there's just too many unknowns about stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, no, not for me. Which kind of stinks, because I do want to watch Rosemi. I don't know, I just can't bring myself to support the company, that's it. So I'll watch clips of her, but nah. Anything else, I just can't bring myself to do. That's all right. I have enough people that I'm watching already. I can barely keep up. I feel like I'm constantly playing catch up on streams and VODs. Like, I have, thank goodness, I actually, whenever somebody's like, I'm not going to be streaming for the next couple days, I'm like, oh, thank God. I can catch up on stuff. And I'm going to have plenty of time. Actually, I'm going to have plenty of time here because Shiori's not streaming today. And then she says she cannot stream on at least Monday and Tuesday next week because she has some stuff that she has to get done and she needs to save her voice for. So either she's doing another cover or recordings for a voice pack or something, who knows. But there's something behind the scenes. Although I think, considering how busy everybody's been recently, especially Narissa and Liz, who are like the two like voice actors, like actual voice actresses. I didn't initially know Narissa was a voice actress, but then it kind of became obvious because she was friends with a bunch of people that were voice actors. I was like, wait a second, hold up. You know a lot about this industry, don't you? And the process for it. It's one of those like, you know what, this should have been obvious kind of things. And I know Liz did a little bit of voice acting. She was, because the thing I knew her from was from like that. I didn't realize this until later, but it was she was the one that had like that viral 50 VTuber impressions video that everybody was reacting to. That was one of the first clips I ever saw of like Aethel and Yan when I was first getting into it. Was them reacting to this. I never watched the actual video. I watched people reacting to it. So, sorry Liz, if I ever meet you. My bad. Although I would never be able to tell her that, because that's a bit, don't say the quiet part loud. Although I very much doubt it, because there's no way a fan meetup would come anywhere close to where I live, because there's no reason for it to. Alright. Yeah, I live in the middle of nowhere. And even though it is quite literally in the middle of the country, it's also not a heavily populous area. So there's no reason to request those kind of things. Well, I don't know. There might be. There is like one comic convention in the area that happens around like March-ish, but somebody like came and passed. End of March usually. And I don't know how much VTuber stuff they have though. I've never ever heard of anybody coming to it. I wonder if they have like something on their website like, hey, is somebody you want to see here? Recommend them to us and we'll see if we can get them. I wonder if they have anything like that. Because apparently one thing that I learned, especially with last year around Offkai, there was something that was going around on like social media. and it was like some guy had talked about like, hey, what do you want to see at like Occupy next year? And he was like, yeah, less VTubers. And everyone was like, that's dumb. VTubers are literally the reason why the convention scene is like having a resurgence. So, who knows? It might be worth it to say something. Maybe I can get something a little closer. Because it's not like tickets would be an issue, but going to any of these cons is A, travel, B, travel, C, travel, travel, finding a place to stay, food, all that, super expensive. And I just can't afford that anymore. Like, let's be so for real. Okay. Alright, I think this is good. Let's try. Nope. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, no, I didn't put anything on the wrong layer. Okay, perfect. Let's go back up here. Edit it. Okay. Let's try blending this a bit. Just a touch, just a skosh. And then we highlight just a bit after we blend. Darken in certain places. Honestly, this side's going to go a lot faster than the other side because now I actually kind of have a process for this, which is so nice. Already looking so much better. Look at that. Like, she looks like metal. Now I just gotta remember this thing next time. I gotta draw metal. Well, that won't be too far, because the other thing I need to do is going to be the little scissors in her hair. But those should go pretty quick because they're just kind of tiny. Not kind of tiny, they just are tiny. There we go. I don't like how uniform that is. I think it'll be better once I add in some more highlights and shading. What time is it? Oh man, it's 9:19. Time flies when you're yapping. Oh man, that reminds me of something else. I don't know what's going on, but there's been like random discourse like here and there about like very small streamers. I saw this one girl on Twitter who was like, today I streamed to nobody. I don't know what's going on. But just nobody was there, no one was interacting in chat. And it made me wonder if I had done something wrong. And I was like, this is the first time you stream to nobody? I stream to nobody every time. It's like, damn, you're lucky. I have like 1 or 2 regulars. What is with this area? I have like 1 or 2 regulars, and they don't even stay for the full streams usually. I think if you do something like an art stream, you have to be very good at your craft, which I'm kind of not. I'm getting there. Man, that was a lot faster. Man, it goes so much faster once you know what you're doing. Wow, that's crazy. Who would have thought? Wow, that's crazy. All right, now let's add in these darker areas. But after that, I saw like some other discourse about like, oh, what is it? It's like another streamer. It's like a Japanese VTuber who was celebrating. We've been doing this for like 4 years, and was streaming to 20 people and had celebrated hitting like 1.5K like 3 years ago, and only had like 3,000 people. And I was like, it's kind of the duality of things. And then I think of the people like, what is it? Chibi Doki, who whenever she like gives advice to people, she's like, yo, just stream. Just turn on stream, start doing stuff. And it can take you like a few months. Like it took me 9 months to get there. I'm like, girl, that's insanely fast. Are you kidding me? That's insane. Like, you hit like, oh, she said it took her 9 months to hit affiliate. I'm like, that's crazy. It took you 9 months to hit affiliate? That's so fast. She is just like a natural though. Like this came very easy to her. So I can absolutely see it. But I don't think she knows that some people struggle for years. Like I've been doing this for over 2 years, and I'm mostly just streaming to myself. But that's all right. One day maybe. We shall see. But in the meantime, I gotta practice my skills, because that's really what I'm doing. It would be fun to do this full time. Probably not reasonable. It would be even funner to be able to get paid to do this. That's probably also not reasonable. Because what is it? Oh, who was it? What was their name? My first Beyond Formless, that was who it was. They were another person who would come in and watch a bunch when I was first getting started. And I remember I followed them back, and I remember they hit like affiliate. Not too long after I started. And I was like, oh, hey, cool. And then I think they took a break after that, and I don't know if they've ever come back. I've never seen them in chat again. And I don't get pings when they go live. So, I don't know what happened. I hope they're doing okay. There we go. But I don't know. Maybe this isn't for everybody. Something that is a hobby until it isn't, you know? That's one of the things I gotta keep telling myself, because I want to actually like do stuff with this, but it has to stay a hobby. Because if I get all bent out of shape being like, oh my god, I gotta be like doing all this stuff, then it'll stop being fun. And I won't want to do it anymore, even though I do like doing it. But that's hard to remember when you just want to grow. And you want to do better. And you wonder, why are these other people and not me? Well, most of this is just luck. Getting hit with the right amount of luck at the right amount of time. Like, what is it? Sometimes the luck can be bad or good, like that Banana Juju girl, who people are calling her out for being racist because her avatar was white and had dreads. And everyone was like, nah, that's not a thing. Yeah. I don't know. That stuff kind of worries me. But I think we're boy who cries wolfing a little bit too much. Everyone calls racism so much. I worry when something is actually racist and people will believe them. You know? Although, anymore, when it comes to like Twitter and things like that, I just assume that everything on Twitter is a rage bait. Unless it's not, if it is something, unless it's like a clip or someone being like, hey, check this out. I assume everything on Twitter is rage bait. Everything on Twitter is rage bait. And as soon as I've done that, it's actually been a lot easier to be on Twitter. Or actually, it's been a lot easier to put Twitter down, is probably a better way of saying it. I need to get off that. It is just bad for me. Because everyone's just angry on there. There's nothing good on it. So I'm actively trying to limit my usage to just like my For You page. I need to find like there's some people I like who, because they will post like clips of streams, like this entire streams are like, I don't want to watch this whole thing, so I'll just like look for and try to catch the clips later. Like what is it? Callie and Kiara played Split Fiction. So just checking out the clips from that is enough, because let's see, I do like Callie, I do like Kiara, but they're not like my favorites. So I kind of like, I'll watch them if no one else is on, you know what I mean? Especially since Kiara is on in like the middle of the day, and she does do some fun stuff. It's just like, cool. I will say this about Kiara though, she knows how to build a fan base. The KFP are crazy. There was recently a shipping war, because, what was it? There's like, for like Narissa, she has like a sponsored something or other coming up. I don't even know what it was. But it was like, hey, who do you want to see me like play with? And it really turned into like a shipping war between like, because the three people were her, the three people that everyone was voting for was Kiara, Shiori, and Liz, who were the three people she shipped with the most. So it turned into like this shipping war with the fan base. And it was all in good fun. And let's see. Liz came in third, and it was really down to like Shiori and Kiara. And Kiara won by less than 1%. Like, let's see. Both her and Shiori were at 36%, which brought it up to 72, which means that Liz had the other 28%. But it gave the win to Kiara, meaning that she had like just above, like, she had like 0.1% more than Shiori or something like that. It was extremely close. So it turned into this whole thing. I don't know why I ever doubted the KFP, because I see KFP everywhere. When it comes to the most loyal fan base, a lot of people will say it's probably like Gura's, because of how much time she takes off in between streams before she comes back, and then it's like nothing ever happened and everybody's there. Or even like Doki's, because they all switch with her back to being indie like that. There's a good argument to be made for either of those. But at the end of the day, I really think it's Kiara. It's the KFP. Because they are always there, rain or shine. Always, always, always. I will see them in other VTubers' chats, in their names. It'll be like KFP like onion slicer or something like that in someone's name. But I always, always, always see KFP, and they wear it proudly in their names, even if they're watching other VTubers. I notice a lot of KFP in Face Connect chats. Especially like Punko and Urika. I think I've noticed them in Shiina as well. But if you look at any VTuber's chat for long enough, pretty much, you're gonna see a KFP in there. Or at least in somebody's name. That's just like a given. Especially, well, if it's on YouTube, that is. There's gonna be some KFP repping their Oshi in their actual name. Because that's what they do. They're always there and they always show up. Even though Kiara doesn't have the biggest fan base in Myth, I think she has the most loyal and active fan base by far. Alright, now he's gonna be the fun part. I just got this one blade. That's all I gotta do. This blade should hopefully be easy peasy. Light's just pouring out of this in all directions, so. Is this on? Yeah, that's here, okay. Oh yeah, then I gotta do the actual, whatever that's called, the my brain's dying. The line art lines, there we go, okay. Ah, I just made a line somewhere. Actually, I think it's gonna be this. I think it's gonna be this entire thing, actually. Yeah, it's gonna be this entire top part. Except for like a little bit right there that's gonna be getting blocked by that. Okay, there we go. Easy peasy. Oh, I just realized I haven't blinked in like forever. All right, and then there's gonna be normal color there for a bit. Like along here, but not long. Maybe about to like right there-ish. And then I'm gonna go with the darker color. All right. Honestly, I think messing with the line art is gonna be more than it's gonna be the biggest issue. Okay, let's do that. And then this. Okay. All right, now how am I gonna make this look? I'm gonna use this color. It's like a shading. Okay, let's see how this looks. Gotta hit choice, okay. blur this a bit. More. Make it a little bit more uniform. Actually, I guess we're de-uniforming it. Looks a little too... Let's actually go with the blend tool. Oh, no, hold on, I have the wrong thing. Liquify. Let's make this a bit bigger. Let's blend this a bit. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. It's got to be real subtle in there. Especially around in here. Let's make this a bit smaller. There we go, okay. Okay, hold on, now let's go back to basics. That actually looks really good, I like that. I do want to do a little bit of blending right here and up here and along here. There we go. There we go. Look at those scissors. Yeah. All right, now we just need to, okay. Now we need to go up to the line art layer. And we need to, well, first thing we need to do is I need to grab this color because I need to go along the outsides here. Nope. I need to turn this back on. Actually, hold on. That's not what I want to do. I need to do this, really. And then we'll go along the outsides after. What? There's like... What are these? Okay. And then that. And then here. Okay. And then here. And then here. I'm so excited to have some new art to post here. The last thing I posted was my fauna graduation. And then that, other than like commenting on a few random people's posts here and there, I haven't really been doing too much with my Twitter. It's gonna be nice to have something else besides like me sad posting about fauna. Maybe. I might delete those tweets anyways. Because they were made at the time, but I'm feeling better now. It does still suck, and every once in a while what I will realize, like, she can't like collab with people like Gigi or whatnot anymore. I think that's the one that actually hurts the most because I really like those collabs. And I'll get like sad again. And especially since, oh, I was saying this earlier, there's a lot of people who are doing like voice stuff and are out for a bit. So I think what's going on is they're, I think either especially Liz and Nerissa have been out. So I think they're actually, I could be wrong, they're either doing a cover, but it's been taking a while, so I don't think it's a cover. I think they're doing stuff for in the next season of Enreco, if I'm going to be honest. Which is going to be a little sad, because it's going to be based around like Promise, but since the last Enreco, they've lost 2 members, which it's so sad. Like, I was really looking forward to seeing the evolution of Fauna Mart. And all of that. Yeah. And it's supposed to be sometime around, like, spring. So I'd imagine it's going to probably be pretty soon. So Mume's going to graduate, and then I'm pretty sure the next big thing after that is going to be Enreco Season 2, which will kind of be good. It'll be something for the fan base to rally behind, and some good news, some fun times after some sad times. So looking forward to that. But I think that's what's going on, and that's why they're out working on stuff right now. Or they could be working on a cover song, but I don't know. I don't think a cover song would be taking this much time. Although they're probably doing a cover as well. Probably doing both, I'm gonna be honest. Because, I mean, why not? And I know they've been working together because Nerissa's been tweeting about it, so. We shall see. We shall see. Also, one thing I learned rather recently, but I didn't know, was apparently Nerissa and my brain is dying. It's never been so over. Nerissa and Liz knew each other before Hololive. Which I guess they were both. I know Liz did some voice acting. I don't know in what though. Where is that? Okay, I guess it's down here. Okay, I guess it's down here. Okay, there we go. Alright, and now I need this color. Okay, this is how I should be doing this. Come back up here to layer 6. And then I just want to hit just the outsides with this to give a little bit of difference between this and the background. There we go. It's very subtle, but it adds a lot. And once this is done, these scissors will be done. And I can move on to the last bit, which is the bees, I'm pretty sure. Well, no, I still got stuff in the sleeves to finish up. Okay, there we go. See, look at that. Doesn't that look better? Yeah, I got stuff in the sleeves to finish up. I did like the initial coloring, but I need to do the shading and whatnot in there. Oh, that's gonna be, yeah, okay, yeah. I also need to finish up this hand. And as well as these ribbons. Well, I don't know if I need to do a whole lot with these ribbons, I'm gonna be honest. I might need to do a little bit of highlighting on there. I need to do a little bit of shading. Let's be real, I need to do a little bit of shading. But I do a little bit of shading, but not much. Those are gonna be something I'm gonna touch up at like the very end, if need be. And there's probably a little bit of need, but I'm not gonna put a lot of time into that. Oh my god, this second half of the scissors went so much faster now that I knew what I was doing. Holy cow. I spent entire streams just trying to figure out how to do what I wanted. But once I actually had a process that I liked, it's so much faster. I don't know why, for some reason I was like, oh man, it's gonna take forever. It took me so long to do one half. It's gonna take me just as long to do the other half. No, it took me like a couple hours, which is good for me. I'm so slow at art. There's only one way to get faster though, and that's to do art. And to know what you're doing. Oh my gosh. Yay! Alright, hold on, let me get this. Okay, there we go. But I think once I'm done with this, I'm not going to move on to any big project. Actually, what I really want to do is I want to learn how to do live TD, but I also want to be just doing like some mini sketches as well. I'm going to be doing some mini sketches as well, working on anatomy and things like that. I don't think I did not hit. This, I don't think. There we go. All right. Oh yeah, I still have all the gilding to do. Oh, and then this area up here. Okay, hold on. I completely forgot about this. Hold up. We ain't done. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. We're getting there. We get there. We win these. Just had to stop and make sure I was on the right layer for a second. I'm so paranoid about being on the wrong layer. Does that ever go away? No, probably not. Why would it? Hey, at least it's something I pay attention to now. In the beginning, I was like, I'm not gonna have a whole lot of layers. I don't want to do all that. Now I'm like, the more the merrier. Give me more layers. It needs to be more. More. Okay, so hold on. Clear up this bit. These bits. I know I'm putting these on the wrong layer. I'm doing that on purpose. Because I couldn't have drawn on these layers if it wasn't for those layers. Now, what is that? Hold up. Why can't I draw over that? It's got to be on this layer then, right? No? What are those absolutely minuscule bits that you cannot see? Sometimes I need to zoom out more. You can't see those pixels. Can't see those pixels though. All right. All right. Are we back up on layer 6? Yeah. Okay. I have no idea why this keeps popping into my head. Don't ask me why. But I just keep having the joke, where does Napoleon keep his armies? It is sleeves stuck in my head. I think it's because I was talking about sleeves earlier. Oh man, is that my favorite dad joke? I wonder what my favorite dad joke is. Such a hard question. So many good ones, and I've forgotten most of them. All right, and then we just need to hit the proper edges. With my little outline here. Let's see. I think the classic Dad, I'm hungry. Hi, hungry, I'm dad. I mean, that's hard to beat. These things are classic for a reason. I don't know. This is hard. Best dad joke. Mostly because I have to actually remember some dad jokes. Wait, no, I'm using the wrong color. I'm using the... I was using the space color, or the inner hair color, rather than the slightly darker outline color. Shoot. There we go, okay. So I was wondering why it didn't really look different. There we go. Especially over here. Okay. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. It's done. The scissors be scissoring. I just need to do the actual like gilding on them. That should go much faster because I actually have a process for that now. Once I finish up that, I got this arm and these sleeves to finish up. There's a little bit of stuff on here. Then after that, it's pretty much just the bees and it's over. Like, we're so close. Look at this. Look at that. All right. And before I forget, I need to erase these. I really hope I don't regret this. That was not erasing. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. These scissors are looking great. Oh man. Let's see. I might do some more of this off stream. Just because I really just want to get done with this. I've been working on this for like 2-3 months at this point, and I want to be done with it. I want to be done with this. And the bees are going to take a while because there's a bunch of like extra stuff with all the stuff that they're holding and the shading and whatnot. And some of them have extra things. I also need to fix the shading on some of them because right now I have the light coming down straight from above, but it's behind them. So I need to switch a bunch of their, let me do this on the yellow. I need to switch a bunch of their shading to be like that instead. To be like that. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. So yeah, that shouldn't be too difficult. Well, I'll have to do that for this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. I think the only one that's fine is this guy, if I'm gonna be honest. And this guy. I'm gonna switch up the shading on pretty much everybody. Great. And it's not that big of a deal. And then this guy, adding the shooting star effects from him, because he's got to be bouncing off of this guy and flying over here. That's gonna be fun. I need to give him some speed lines and things like that, so we'll see. We'll see. But the bees, yeah. I definitely want to make sure that when I finish up, it's on stream, I should say. But I'm going to work on this some more off stream so I can just actually spend my on stream time doing new things rather than the same old thing. Because I feel like I've been doing the same thing for forever, and we just need to move on. We just need to move on. We just need to move on. Anyways, all right. That's what I'm going to call it for today. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun, but it has not been a fun reel. I'm going to save real quick. But y'all have a good one. Peace.